Thank you for tuning in to TalkWad.com, the world's fastest growing internet radio network. Please check out all the other great shows on www.talkwad.com.
Welcome to Spiritually Speaking, the talk show for spiritual wellness with the goal to bring about personal peace, love, and joy through spiritual education. It aims to raise the consciousness and vibrations of those who seek to live a fulfilled life through acceptance and non-judgment of all religions, beliefs, and practices that are positively based in God's love and light. Yay, we got on! We were having some technical difficulties this morning getting on, but called in the angels for help and sat here and just go, okay, Michael and Raphael, do your thing and help Brandon in there and to get our, I think it was the audio levels back up. So anyways, welcome to Spiritually Speaking. I am your host, Dee Dee Lovejoy. I'm the owner of Quintessence Aromatherapy and Crystal Healing, and I am glad to be back in the studio this morning. We have a caller, Curtis Brooks, that we're going to get back on the phone here in a little bit. But I want to tell you about an exciting show that I have for you today. Today I'm going to be talking some more about crystals and stones and how they can help you in your everyday life. And I'm going to be talking about bath salts, the benefits of them. So we're going to be doing like a therapeutic type of mix and a blend, and then we're going to do more of a cleansing, clearing mix, and you can do both of these things at home, and I'm just going to show you how simple they are to make for you. So first, let's talk about the workshops that Kim Linder and I have. And every Friday in March we are doing workshops for abundance, and we have geared them toward caregivers, because we're giving a lot of information out about how to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And it's not just for caregivers of people that are ill or elderly or with special needs. It's also for the teachers, the professionals, the employers, the parents, anybody who needs an extra boost, who gives to people, the trainers, the physical trainers, people like that, any kind of capacity that you are giving to people all the time, that you kind of feel kind of worn out and not taking the time for yourselves. Those are the kind of people that would benefit from our workshop. This week we're going to be talking about, this coming Friday, we're going to be talking about chakras, what they are, and how tuning into them and getting them clear and clean will benefit you in your everyday life. We're going to have our special sponsor will be there. Her name is Judith A. Sharp Rose. And if the folks that have been over to Mystical Sense you guys have seen her before, and you know that she has this tuning fork technique that is amazing, is just so angelic. So she's going to be there doing demonstrations with the tuning forks, and she's also going to teach us how to do what she calls the chakra connection technique. So we're looking forward to that. And of course, I will be there, and Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour Talk Radio Show will be there. And what we have now coming up is trying to get Curtis back on the phone. Hi, Curtis. It's Dee Dee.
Hey, Dee Dee. Curtis.
Hey, well, you guys, Curtis called in a little bit earlier while we're having some problems, but so we got him back on the phone. Welcome to the show, Curtis. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Dee Dee?
I'm good. So Curtis is a flight attendant with American Eagle, and he actually flies with my sister. They're friends. And Curtis, I know you're interested in all this metaphysical, spiritual stuff. And Debbie tells me that you may want to do a Reiki class and possibly start your own spiritual practice or something. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, definitely. I spoke with Debbie a little while ago, and I think she gave me your information, and so I checked out your website and all the different products yours. Head on your website there. In the event, Yeah, my background is on my dad's side of the family, very spiritual pastors and preachers, and so I have some of that as well, and so I've had some different experiences. And so when Debbie was telling me about the work that you do, I was like, wow, that was like right up my alley, and it just sounded very interesting. So we've been trying to connect for a while now, but
Yes, we
nevertheless,
have.
I will get to Tampa.
Uh-huh. So she
but
she pops in and out, and now she's talking about taking some healing classes. And I think she's just being, I don't know if I'm rubbing off on her or she just knows the benefits of them. Every time she comes here, she gets on the biomat. She says, "What's your schedule? Because I'm going to get on the biomat when you're
Right, right,
here."
right, right.
And
Well, I think after a while, when you see someone, the spiritual side of different things and just different ways how people deal with stress and just like you said, getting to that place, that sacred place.
hmm
One of your videos I was watching earlier. I think you can't help but look for remedies and solutions to figure out, okay, well, what I'm currently doing is not working, so let me, it's kind of hard not to get to that
right.
place in the,
hmm
you know. But yes, I'm definitely interested in learning more about it. And said at some point, as I called earlier, I do have some things that I'd like to share as well because
Yes, please do.
I am also a healer, and so
That's right. So
but
yes, go ahead, share.
well, no, I was just again in talking with Debbie, it's like it was be the perfect avenue to connect with people with like minds, because
hmm
I think sometimes when you have those gifts, you feel kind of like an outcast, if you will.
hmm
Why am I thinking this way? What's going
hmm
on with me? Why doesn't everybody else think this way?
hmm
And
Yeah, know the feeling. I know the feeling.
so
So how would you use this? Are you using your healing gifts right now? In your when you're flying,
uh, you know,
in
I,
this
I
career?
I don't I use it more than just. I guess I use it more in the sense of just talking with people, and because I think the biggest thing with people, or myself included, and talking with people a lot of times is that sometimes we just don't understand, and then when you do understand it, and you can have someone explain it to you in a way that's kind of just make
Yes.
it simplifying it.
hmm
The light comes on, and then it just I think it opens up doors for energy, more energy to flow. As you were talking
Absolutely.
about.
hmm
So when you understand certain things, it just kind of opens the avenues or doors up to where energy, where you can actually have that healing energy come in.
Yeah, it removes the blocks. So it's like the aha
Exactly,
moments, and you go,
exactly,
okay, then
exactly.
you
So
can let down your guard and let the love and light come in and go where it's
sure,
supposed to go and do what it's supposed to do. Absolutely.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. So that's kind of what for right now. That's kind of my healing ministry because I've had the opportunity to be able to or been given a gift to be able to explain things, and I think in a real in a way that people understand it. I would put it that way.
Great. I mean,
So,
the talk therapy is the first thing that I do in my, when people come in to see me, we sit down and we talk at least a half an hour.
sure, sure.
So, and it establishes a rapport,
Hmm.
gets people to drop their guard and know that you're not there just to swindle them in any kind of way and that you're there
Sure.
for them. And I think the best part of it is for them is that they have someone to listen.
Yes, 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 yes. And I think I was actually recently I was looking. I told you earlier when I called in moments ago, right before your show was starting, um, that I started school, and one of the I have a speech class I'm working with
hmm
that I picked up, and we're having to do an informative speech, and um, I'm doing my informative speech on bullying.
Okay.
And one of the
Uh-huh.
things and the reason why I brought it up is because sometimes people, they think that, that the bullies are, they're so tough and they're this and they're just, they can't be brought down to size. But the challenge is really getting beyond their walls, those barriers they have, because they have the same things. They're dealing with the same things that we're all dealing with,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And so, people are kind of giving these educated, or this and this, and just psychologist, but it's just simple. It's simple that people are dealing with, we're all dealing with the same thing in just different ways or different times of our lives. And I think the only way you can reach people, much like we were saying when you have someone come in for a session, or you begin to build a rapport with them first.
Yes.
And same thing with the bully or the people who have those different defenses up. You have to first build a rapport with them, and it initially comes about having a good relationship. So creating a relationship first.
Right, and then you get people to actually share with you when they know
Yes,
that
yes,
they're not
definitely.
being judged, that you're
Yes,
there to help, and that you're
exactly.
listening, and you're not lecturing and preaching
Sure,
and
sure,
just trying to rule their lives, just that you're understanding them. And I think with
sure,
the
sure.
bullying, a lot of it is insecurity, and it's a
Oh
way for
yes,
them
most
to take
definitely.
control,
Hmm.
outside of
Hmm.
places where they have no control.
Right, right, right. But I mean, to add to what you just said, it's the same thing that we all deal with,
Hmm.
in some regards, in different aspects of our lives, and we may not carry it out in the sense of bullying other adults or bullying people, but we all have those insecurities, and some people have a tendency to hide behind them and let me control you because I'm actually really afraid,
Yes, yes.
So that's I think that's what I believe. So I don't think it's as complicated as others make it to be.
I think finding out people what their needs are, and helping them lose that fear and the
Yes,
insecurity. The
yes.
insecurity comes from fear,
Hmm.
um and knowing that they're protected from a higher source.
Sure,
It's
sure.
I think that's paramount, doing that. So
Yes,
you
yes, yes,
when is your
yes.
speech? When are you doing this?
Well, I'm doing the speech is set for I think the 27th or 28th. So it's either, I think it's Monday, Tuesday, excuse me, it's a Tuesday or Wednesday of this month, March.
Okay. So are you ready? Sounds like you are.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I have a program that I had been working with youth, and so yeah, I think I'm definitely ready.
Okay.
I'm a speaker from the heart, so it's just kind of.
So sounds like you're preparing for a career outside of the airlines. What's going on with that, Curtis?
Uh, yeah, I am. I am. I just at a place in my life where I think that I'm just. I know that actually more than I think. I know that I'm ready to kind of take the front line, if you will, for a season in my life where it's just like, oh, I'll just do this, I'll do this. But now, like in a place in my life now where I'm more so ready for the just this is what I want to do, and I'm going after it.
I hear you.
Just
I hear you. I'm
more
with you on
more
that.
direct now.
Because when you're called to do something, you have no it's like you have no choice. You do have a
Yes,
choice,
yes,
but you're so driven, and you're focused, and you start
yes,
taking those
definitely.
steps to it, and then it seems effortless when you get there.
Yes,
It's like,
yes,
I don't,
definitely, definitely,
it was just in my head, and
definitely.
I just got here. So yeah,
Yes,
I understand that. And especially if it's work where you're giving to others, kind of
yes,
your,
and that's just as challenging as it has been in my life so far, because sometimes you when you're giving and giving and you want it to be reciprocated, and you don't know how it's going to be, given back to you, but sometimes when you're giving, you're expected to come back the same way that it's been given to you. That's the only way that sometimes we can identify with it.
that's the
But
old us.
what's that?
The old us thinks
Yes,
that way.
yes, yes, yes. And so I think I've moved from that
Hmm.
pedestal, if you will, and just decided to go for it. And so if I'm going to, I guess, uh, uh, be concerned with what people are thinking, or even with my own thinking. I've got to scrap that and just if I'm going to mess up, I'm going to mess up big. If I'm going to do it right, I'm going to do it big. So
I
that's
think you're
just
going to
my
do great. I just feel like you're going to do great on this because you're on the right track. I
yes,
feel
yes.
I feel the passion in it. I
Hmm.
I feel the need. I feel that you're going to be fulfilling a need um, in a capacity that has been underserved, and
Yes,
I think
yes.
you're going to do great as long as you have
Yeah, I
the passion
appreciate that.
for it and you're going for it. And
Yes, yes.
yeah,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
so
Very nice.
whenever
Thank you.
you want to, call in and tell us what you're doing. Wherever you are, globetrotting here, you can tell us what you're doing, what
Sure,
stage you
sure.
are in it, and if we can offer anything, or if you can offer any of your experiences that will help other people do what you're
Sure, sure.
doing, please call us and let us know how you're doing, and just inspire other people to let them know that
Will
they can
do.
do it too.
Will do. Most definitely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Curtis, thank you so much for calling in today, and just stay tuned with us. We're gonna make some bath salts. Do you ever take baths? I know you guys spend a lot of time in hotels. Do you take baths?
Uh, yeah, sometimes I do. Like,
Okay,
actually,
come
I haven't.
on,
I
guys
used
take
to years
baths.
ago. It's like, it's like I don't know. It's like a guy code, I guess. I don't know. It was like, what, the middy not take baths? But yeah,
Okay,
sometimes I do. It's been a while though, because I guess much like you're about to say is that because of our schedules, you just really don't have a whole lot of time to, especially before you have to head out, and typically I'm not waking up that early to,
no, the bath is for nighttime.
yeah, yeah,
It's for nighttime, and and
yeah.
and
See,
if you're
see, I
taking a
don't
shower.
even see, you see, I don't even know when to take a bath. So.
Okay, so we're going to try to turn everybody
Okay,
back on to taking baths.
okay, great.
Even, and this is for the gentlemen out there as well. And if you're doing spiritual work,
Sure.
they're essential for
Oh yeah,
releasing,
yeah.
negative energy and blocks
Right.
and all those kind of things, and for self-protection. So stay
Okay.
tuned for Curtis. You need to hear this stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dee Dee.
Thank you so much, Curtis. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, and I'm going to remind you guys of the number is 813-639-8255. If you guys want to call in and chat with me about any subject, any personal growth that you have going on, anything about crystals or oils or spirituality, any new healing things that you've learned, feel free to call in and chat with me about it. So, what we're going to do, we have about 15 minutes till we take our break and go ahead and talk about the salt baths. I'm going to talk to you guys about sleeping, about what you can do with crystals to help you guys sleep. So I see a number of people, I talk to a number of people saying that I don't sleep. What do I do about sleeping? So just first off, diet and exercise, I can't stress that enough. Is something that my husband and I have been doing. We've gotten back on the right track. It's the practice what you preach kind of thing. Just when you eat better, you feel better. When you are exercising, you're going to want to get to sleep and those kind of things. So doing those kind of things, not overworking, when it's time for you to go to bed, just go to bed. And I want to just suggest a natural product called melatonin that you can get at Walgreens or any CVS drugstore. It's non-habit forming. So if you haven't tried anything like that, some people say, I tried them, it didn't work for me, but I'm just going to put it out there to people who haven't tried anything natural like that, melatonin, and they come in different milligrams as well. So you decide which ones will work best for you. I know my husband took them, and I also gave them to Jasmine, to my daughter, when she couldn't sleep, because I knew they were melatonin is something that's found in your body naturally, and it helps program or reprogram the sleep cycle naturally. So something else that you can do with crystals to help you sleep, and also with aromatherapy, if you have a little electric night light or electric diffuser, you can put couple of drops of lavender and chamomile in that diffuser, and just let it and put it down on low, so it will have a soothing scent all night long, and it will help you fall asleep. And again, this is natural, and along with the melatonin, and that is something that I highly recommend, and it's something that I've been doing for years with in my home as well. So let's talk about the stones that you can use. So one thing is hematite, and the hematite is a stone that we talked about last week, and I brought it back again. This big one that I use, and I just love it. It has so many different healing properties and so many things that we can use, so many ways we can use it in our everyday lives. Aiding sleep is one of them. So hematite is extremely grounding crystal. It induces a feeling of safety and comfort. It has the reputed ability to help regenerate the body tissue. And one of the prime purposes of sleep is to regenerate our tissues, and that's why we need it. You can't live without sleeping, which can explain the connection between hematite and sleeping well. The ancient Egyptians used hematite to calm hysteria and anxiety. And some of these things, anxiety will keep you from sleeping. So if you're worried, if you have a test coming up the next day or a project that you have to get finished, some of those things will keep you awake. Hey, Brandon, can you do something with the sound? I get this whistling. Okay. Okay, so difficult emotions will keep your mind overactive and your body overactive, and insomnia will set in. Now, if you regularly suffer from disrupted sleep, you will often feel fatigued and irritable throughout the day. And using hematite promotes sleep, a healing sleep, and will calm a grasshopper mind, allowing you to recharge at every level. So how to use it? Use a tumbled hematite crystal and experience its grounding and revitalizing properties. Choose a stone that you know wants to help you and feels pleasing to you when you turn it over in your hand. Go into your bedroom and sit on the bed, holding your crystal. Light a candle and sit with your eyes closed, tuning into the stone's nurturing energies. And when you feel ready, ask for better sleep and help to resolving any crisis you may be experiencing. Before bed, place the crystal under your pillow where your head rests. Okay, and that's hematite. And there's also another stone, and this is another stone that I use often. I use this in my healing practice, and I also gave one to my daughter the other day. She had a job interview, and it's sodalite. It's a stone for communication, but it also has other properties. The deep blue crystal, colored like the sky at twilight, can clear your mind of upset, bringing objectivity and solutions to problems that may keep you awake at night. If you regularly go to bed plagued with all the day's problems, or you have worked late into the evening to try to resolve financial or family concerns, your brain will not rest and peaceful sleep will elude you. Sodalite is associated with insight and wisdom. This is the true blue stone associated with the third eye chakra. And it kind of looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is dark, it's like an indigo blue with white veins in it. Beautiful polished stone. It's beautiful. The third eye chakra, to inner wisdom. You can also use it on the throat chakra as well. It is also thought to help you remember your dreams, which can give you valuable insight into the type of problems you're experiencing. Okay, so to prepare for better sleep, it's always best to release worries or alleviate them before going to bed. And you guys can do that with the hematite that we were just talking about. Sit on your bed, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Then hold your crystal to your third eye chakra in the middle of your forehead for about 5 minutes, focusing on your problems, and let the crystals do its work to calm your mind. When you feel relaxed, place the crystal on your bed, cabinet, or nightstand and lay down to sleep. Remember to cleanse the stone regularly. So, you have your hematite here and your sodalite. So you can just hold them both together in your hand. You can they were suggesting that holding the sodalite here on your third eye, and your third eye, guys, for the people who don't know out there, is the area between your brows. They also call it the brow chakra. So just holding it here for about 5 minutes, as you lay back and just release all your worries into this stone. Anything that you want to, and here I am, I'm holding the hematite in this hand, in my receiving hand. So anything that I want to work on, I'm going to release it to the stone so I don't have to worry about it in the middle of the night. Anything that I have coming up and I'm trying to figure out how to get it done, how to put the pieces together, anything that has been on my mind during the day, I'm releasing it into this hematite, and I'm asking for pleasant and a peaceful, restful sleep. So we release them into these two stones. The hematite you can put under your pillow, and the sodalite you can put that in your pillowcase as well, or you can just sit it on your nightstand. And then you just release them. You know, when you take the melatonin, the natural herb, you take the melatonin, you do this ritual with your stones, and then you lie down. You close your eyes, and then you expect to go to sleep. You can't take the melatonin and do these things and sit up and read a book or the television, because it's defeating the purpose. The televisions in your bedroom, I don't recommend those because the electromagnetic pulses and things in there, that the things that it emits disturb your sleep. So if you do have a television in your bedroom, I would suggest covering it. Any feng shui book or practitioner will tell you to cover your television at night so those things won't disturb your sleep. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about crystals and essential oils for sleeping, or even the melatonin, you guys can call me. Again, this is Dee Dee Lovejoy at Spiritually Speaking. I was going to say it Talkwad Radio, but yeah, it is Talkwad Radio. And my show is called Spiritually Speaking, and the number is there on the screen, is 813-639-8255. And I'm going to go right into some of the things that we're going to be talking about today for the bath salts. So taking a bath right before going to bed, I'm telling you, I had a beautiful bath last night because I was out helping my mom do some packing and running her around, and I was just wiped out. But I felt like I needed to do some personal detoxing before I went to bed, because I had been doing readings and healings and working with different energies all week. So this is something that I wanted to do for myself so I can have a really, really restful sleep, and I can be charged and energized today when I came in to talk to you guys. So I'm just going to talk to you about some of the ingredients that we're going to be using for our bath salts. And this is just regular stuff that we use, or we can get from, you may have some in your kitchen, and you can get them from any store. You don't have to go to a specialty store or order these ingredients. So they're as simple as magnesium sulfite. Ooh, sounds really technical and chemical, but it's actually Epsom salt. And magnesium sulfate it contains magnesium, sulfur, and oxygen, and is often encountered at the okay, here we're going. The heptadrate sulfite mineral Epsom salt, commonly called Epsom salt, or epsomite, commonly called Epsom salt. It's named for a bitter saline spring from the town of Epsom in Surrey, England. Okay, this salt was produced from the springs that arise from the porous chalk in the North Downs. So this salt comes from the springs, comes from the caverns and the rocks and things around, mostly in this area in England. It was traditionally used as a component of bath salts, but they found that it can be useful in so many other things. Actually, for women who are preeclampsia, who are having that pregnancy, when they're pregnant and they have the issue with the blood pressure and retaining water and things like that, they found that Epsom salt is one of the things that the natural remedies that can help with that condition. And it has, some people take it as a laxative, but read your labels to see what it is that you really can do with this. I never take any of this internally. Everything that I do with all of these products, except for the Himalayan sea salt, I use externally. It has therapeutic values. It helps with soreness. It relieves pain of all kinds. So people with arthritis, muscle aches, if you're working out or you've been standing on your feet too long, Epsom salt baths are wonderful for those kind of things. One of the next ingredients that we're going to be talking about is Dead Sea salt. And this salt has been famous for its therapeutic effects for many centuries. The salt contains approximately 80 different minerals, 12 of which are rare and only can be found in the Dead Sea. And the Dead Sea, if anybody knows, it has 10 times more salt content of any ocean water. So imagine floating in that. I think if you just were to go in and just walk in the water, you immediately would start floating in the salt. The amazing minerals found in Dead Sea salt baths is that they are the same natural minerals found on your skin. So what that means is that anything else that you put in the water will be easily absorbed into the skin because it has the same trace minerals that your skin naturally has. Then we move on to sodium. I'm just going to say baking soda. You guys know that. It's Arm & Hammer baking soda. It's what you grew up with. You can, brushing your teeth with it. Put it in your bath waters. You can put it in food, and it deodorizes. It has so many. I was looking it up, and I found so many websites that had like 50 uses for baking soda, 100 uses for baking soda, and so on. So just know that baking soda is a detoxifier for your skin. It allows the absorption of the other minerals. And like I said, it kind of works along with the Dead Sea salt, and it works along with everything else, the essential oils and things that you're going to put in your bath water. And just to remind you, in about 5 minutes, as soon as we finish describing these, we're going to take a small break, and then we're going to start the demonstration in about 5 minutes. Maybe not that long. It just depends on how long it takes me to read this. I did prepare this for you guys, but I didn't want to forget anything, so I made sure that I typed it all in. Okay, so the Himalayan sea salts. So this is a relatively new discovery for us here in the western part of the world. It's a salt found mainly in Pakistan. I think it was discovered in Pakistan. It's the pink salt. Some people call it the pink salt. And it has so many healing properties. I believe it has 21 trace minerals, similar to the Dead Sea salt. And it's really not a salt, it's a crystal. So it was formed in the mountains and left there for many centuries, untouched, unpolluted, unaltered. And when people discovered these crystals and the minerals that were trapped in them, and they recognize all the therapeutic values that it has. So I use this personally, at home. I do a teaspoon of it every day. It helps with the digestion. It helps lower blood pressure. It also helps, with the 21 trace minerals, and same as like with the deep sea salt. It has some of the same minerals that we have in our bodies already. So it's help the body's function, of these minerals that, that we may not get enough of. So having it in your bath waters there, it's absorbed through the skin, and the Arm & Hammer baking soda helps this process. So the baking soda opens the pores and allows the deep sea salt and the Epsom salt and the Himalayan sea salt work for you. And so you end up with this amazing soft skin. You end up with feeling relaxed and ready to sleep. And you end up with this soothing, calming, moisturizing bath. And it's a great way to relax and rejuvenate. Last night when I was listening when I was taking my bath, I just lit a lilac candle. I had put my meditation music on, and it was just my moment. I just went to my sacred space there. I locked the door so I wouldn't be disturbed. And, I just had my moment. So we all need to take time to do this for ourselves. And it's a very relaxing way to, an economical way to have a spa day for the girls. Now, also, and for the guys as well. And I also want to say, okay, so you get the therapeutic values for it. So, Google it for yourself. Don't just take my word, but Google it for yourselves. All the things, so you got the baking soda, the Himalayan sea salt, the Dead Sea salt, the Epsom salt, and I have magnesium crystals as well. And, you add the aromatherapy or the essential oils to it. And I also am going to show you guys how to use some natural herbs in it as well. So that is the therapeutic side. Now, on the more metaphysical side for cleansing and releasing blocks and negative energy or any energy that's not yours that you may have picked up, you use these baths. So just think, well, if they're doing these things for you, this is a mind, body, spiritual thing. So if they're doing this for you for your body, it's working on a spiritual level as well, because these products are earthly and they are unprocessed. So remember what you're buying when you're looking at the labels. They shouldn't have any additives, any artificial anything on them. They're just exactly what they said, and you should know their origin. So I have a call coming in, so let's take this call real quick. Hi, this is Dee Dee from Spiritually Speaking. Who's calling?
Kim Linder.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, dear. I'm doing fine. How are you feeling, honey? I'm watching you on live stream.
Oh, great. Everybody out there say hi to Kim. I wanted to say, Kim, thank you so much. I had a great time on Friday. Kim, we pretty much spent the day together doing our workshops.
Yeah.
So how did they go for you on the workshops?
I thought the workshops were just fantastic. I think that not just are the participants benefiting from it, but I think we are too. I know I am. I'm learning so much.
Absolutely.
And the meditation was fantastic, and I just felt that it really helped me create balance. I really feel very excited about everything that we're doing.
Me too. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, because every time that we give to people, we're also learning too, just like you said.
Yes.
So
this morning Jack and I were talking about how do we continue them, because I said, I don't know if you and I are going to want to stop after the fifth one, and so we'll have to talk about that. But I'm watching your show, and I'm learning a lot, and thank you so much. I'm very grateful.
Great. Thank you, Kim. And what do you have coming up? Do you have some things coming up too and you guys, if you don't remember, Kim Linder is the host of the Caregiver Hour radio show, and it's on Clear Channel. And what are your call numbers, Kim?
It's 12:50 a.m. WHNZ, and it's Mondays from 11 a.m. till 12 noon.
Okay, some great stuff, guys. So tune into that. Kim, give them your contact information.
They could go to our website, thecaregiverhour.com. So that's THE caregiver HOUR.com.
Okay, and what do you have coming up, Kim?
We have coming up. Sometimes people struggle with the idea of moving into retirement and how to pay for it. And we have someone who actually appraises different antiques. He finds old grandma's pie plate actually has a lot of value to it, or a painting that's been in the family forever and that people don't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. Well, he praises them, and then that money that they decide to sell the piece ends up funding their retirement.
Wow.
So we're talking about the different options that people can go to for funding their retirement.
I would have never thought of that.
Thing. I know, that's why it's so fun having the show, because it just brings an awareness for people. It helps people think expansively about caregiving.
Yeah, and you think about it, you go, I have this thing, I'm going to pass it down to,
right.
But actually you need that money now.
Right, and you see on the Antique Roadshow that people really have these pieces and they just don't even know what the value is. And sometimes it actually can make a difference in someone's life, especially if they're taking care of somebody else.
Okay, I'll be sure to tune into that.
Okay, well, great. Well, Dee, you look great on your show, and you sound wonderful. We have a Himalayan sea salt lamp.
Yes.
What is? Where should we put that in the house? We're just not sure where to put that to get the most
You should have one in
benefit.
every room.
Oh, every room.
You should have one in every room. And actually,
all right,
all the 21 trace minerals that I was talking about that, you put in your bath, when you heat that up, the Himalayan salt lamps, and you guys, when I do the demonstration a little bit in just a few minutes, I have 2 on my table. So when you heat that up, it emits those trace minerals into the air, so you're taking those in, so they're constantly cleansing the air, and you're ingesting those minerals.
Okay.
So it actually clears electrostatic smog. So having it in a room where there's televisions is good, or anything where there's a lot of discussion. So it absorbs that. So, and you also want to make sure that, and Kim, you're a Reiki master, Reiki that your lamp, so that it is always, so it gives it that extra boost of energy, the cleansing energy, and the minerals that it puts out, for you to be whatever value that it's supposed to give naturally, the Reiki is just going to boost that. And put one in every room, even if it's a tea light one.
Okay, I'll look for those. All right, that sounds great. Do you have those at your studio?
Well, I do.
Well, then I want to buy them. So can you bring them on Friday?
I'll have to order them for you. I think I only have 2 in my studio, and
fine.
I'll have to order them. The tea light ones, and by the way, the tea light ones for you guys that want them are $7.95, and the lamps that you plug into are $25.95.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Okay, but
I'll look forward to seeing you then on Friday.
And thanks for Fiddler on the
workshop.
Roof. We went to see not Fiddler on the Roof, but them damn Yankees.
It was close.
I think Fiddler on the Roof is next, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Thanks
and
for
it was
calling.
so funny because Jack woke up singing "You've Got to Have Heart." It was so cute.
Me too. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
While I was meditating last night, I was singing that.
Okay. All right, Dee. Well, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to listening to the rest of your show.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to you. And when you see me, I'll be on the other side of our studio talking to you from the Quintessence table. Thanks, guys. See you in a second.
Central coast of Florida has an amazing music scene. Festivals, clubs, special performances, and there's always a lot of live music. The problem has always been getting the word out about events. Then GoTonight.com emerged on the scene. The brainstorm creation of founder Don McKeon, a Sarasota entrepreneur. We caught up with Don and his inspirational friend, Frank Papa, at the Flying Dog Cafe.
This is Frank. I'm Don. Frank is the reason that there is a GoTonight.com. He would call me repeatedly.
Where are we going? Where do you want to go? Where will we go tonight?
The website has been a boon to many small clubs. So next time you find yourself asking, where will we go tonight? You've got the answer.
Formed in 2008, Tampa Bay Birth Network was started by a small group of dedicated birth professionals. The Tampa Bay Birth Network's primary mission is to provide a community of professionals, families, and individuals who support, educate, and/or promote natural pregnancy, birth, and parenting. This year's Natural Birth and Baby Expo is sponsored by the Talk Wad Network in association with Mama Bear Shares Talk Radio Show and will be broadcasted live from the Largo Cultural Center on April 6th. We'll be showcasing our local birth centers, midwives, childbirth educators, natural baby retailers, photographers, family health resources, and much, much more. You don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind event. If you're interested in becoming part of this year's Natural Birth and Baby Expo, please visit us at tampabaybirthnetwork.org. That's tampabaybirthnetwork.org. Formed in 2008, Tampa Bay Birth Network was started by a small group of dedicated birth professionals. The Tampa Bay Birth Network's primary mission is to provide a community of professionals, families, and individuals who support, educate, and/or promote natural pregnancy, birth, and parenting. This year's Natural Birth and Baby Expo is sponsored by the Talk WOD Network in association with Mama Bear Shares Talk Radio Show and will be broadcasted live from the Largo Cultural Center on April 6th. We'll be showcasing our local birth centers, midwives, childbirth educators, natural baby retailers, photographers, family health resources, and much, much more. You don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind event. If you're interested in becoming part of this year's Natural Birth and Baby Expo, please visit us at tampabaybirthnetwork.org. That's tampabaybirthnetwork.org. To Spiritually Speaking Talk Radio Show. I'm your host, Dee Dee Lovejoy, and I'm here with my business, Quintessence Aromatherapy and Crystal Healing. And today I'm going to make for you 2 simple bath salts. Both are very therapeutic. One is more for relaxation and comfort, and it's great to do when you are stressed and tired or even sore. And the other one is for like spiritual cleansing. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I have just some basic things that you can buy at your grocery store and some things you may have to look for. So we have some magnesium bath crystals, some Dead Sea salt minerals, Himalayan sea salt, some Epsom salt and baking soda. And we also have, for the extras, we have some lavender essential oil and also some lavender natural rosebuds, some natural herbs, not rosebuds, but lavender buds. And then we have some sage that we're going to use here in a bit. So let's go ahead and start on the therapeutic bath. Hi, Brandon and everybody out there. So this one, very simple. We're going to use first the Epsom salt. So Dr. Teal's, now they're just making different ones. If you're going to have the scented ones, this is a good brand to use because it already has, this one has eucalyptus and spearmint in it. And that's it. It has the Epsom salt, the eucalyptus essential oil, and spearmint essential oil. It doesn't have artificial colors or any food coloring that they put in or any synthetic anything. So what you're getting is very, very pure, and that's important. So we're going to just take about a cup of this. So this is the base for this one. So you have a cup. And I like to use a glass bowl because sometimes metal. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use this glass bowl because sometimes metal reacts to some of the things that we could use. So having a glass thing is good. And so in this one, I'm also going to use some Dead Sea salt, mineral salt. And we talked about what this has. It has the trace minerals in this that come from the Dead Sea. So that helps things absorb into the body. So this is I do about a half a cup of this. Half of the Epsom salt. This is going to help the Epsom salt absorb into the body and go where it's supposed to go. So like about a half a cup of that. Then we're going to do the Himalayan sea salt. And this one has the trace minerals in it as well. It's the pink salt. And so I like to use the fine granules on this, but you can get them big. Sometimes they call this rock salt. I use about a half a cup of this.
And if you guys are in a studio, you can smell, oh my goodness, it smells so amazing in here. And that is because of the essential oils that are the pure therapeutic grade essential oils that are in the Dr. Teal's. Okay, so you can just put that all together like that, really simple. So if you wanted to add some herbs to this, there's two ways that you can add the herbs in. Let's get this all mixed in. Now you can use your hands to mix this in too. Oh my goodness, you guys, that smells so good. So this bath with the spearmint and the eucalyptus in it, it's going to really just take you out of whatever stress and the days, whatever. It's just going to melt away in this. It's heaven over here. Okay, so you can buy these from herb shops. I sell them on my website as well. All the different kinds of herbs. So this is lavender. I like having the pure stuff, and I know what's going in my bath salts. That's why I make them myself, and I feel good about giving them to my clients because I know exactly what's in them, and also for my family. So I'll just take I just say a good, half a teaspoon, not very much of these. And they're already small, but you want to grind them down just a little bit more. And this keeps the drain from clogging because this is going to be in the bath with you. And if you don't like these in the water, you can put these in like cheesecloth or something, type of a strainer. And when your water is running into the bath, you just tie it on to the spigot and let it run through the cheesecloth. And then you'll get all of the herbs. So you can put like basil or any other kind of herbs, but I like the type of flower buds in the therapeutic ones. So I get these ground up pretty fine, and they're kind of flat. So then we just sprinkle them into the bath salts. And you see they look like flakes now, not so much as the round rosebuds. And then I stir that. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, so this is enough for like 2 baths. So you got a cup of the Epsom salt, half a cup of the Dead Sea salt, a half a cup of the Himalayan sea salt, and then if you just get the regular Epsom salt, you can use your essential oil and just put a drop. You don't need more than a couple of drops of this, because if you put more than like 3 drops into this, because if you put more than 3 drops, it's going to get sticky and gummy. You don't need more than that for the pure stuff. If you get the perfume stuff, you might need to use more, but just getting the therapeutic grade. So just taking a drop or 2 with your dropper and putting just some lavender in there along with the spearmint and the eucalyptus and stirring it through. Now, I like to use the glass jars. These guys, pretty inexpensive to buy, and you can find them in different places like Walmart or Michael's and things like that. So I like to use these to store them in because, again, it's not the metal that's reacting with anything. The glass will not absorb any of the contents of that. Okay, so you guys just spoon that in there, and like I said, it's good for about 2 baths, and it'll keep pretty good in here when you fill this all the way up. And these are really great gifts as well. So you just think you get your little bow and tie it on here. Something like that, okay? Anyways, and you can put your label on it, and it's a great gift to give at any time during, if you know someone that's feeling really stressed, someone who needs to get away but can't get away, they can have their own getaway with a bath salt that you created for them. And I just urge you guys to take one yourself and just try it out. Okay, so that's more like the therapeutic
type of thing that you can do anytime. It's very simple and inexpensive to do. So let's talk about the one that we would do for, say, cleansing your aura, absorbing stuff. If you've been around people that are not so happy and you kind of feel kind of yucky after, hanging out with them or helping them or whatever it is that you did, or you just feel like, just like you cleanse your house with sage and things like that. It's good to do it for your body and spirit as well. So I like to use the baking soda for this one. So the Arm & Hammer baking soda is the one, the base that I would use for this one. Like this one, we used the base for that was the Epsom salt. For this one, we're going to use this. Now you can use this in the other one because it'll help the minerals be absorbed in your body. But I'm going to use about a cup of this. Okay, about a cup, and it's really, really fine. And here's the thing about the Arm & Hammer, not just the Arm & Hammer, but the baking soda period, it's a deodorizer. So this one, if you put any kind of essential oil in it, you need to use it right away. The shelf life on it won't be as long for the essential oils, for the aroma of the essential oils, because you have this natural deodorizer in it. So I would suggest that if you were going to blend this and use some kind of fragrance to use it pretty soon, use it right away. Okay, so we have our baking soda in there. Now I'm going to use the magnesium bath crystals. These are kind of the same as the Epsom salt, but these are bigger crystals. So, and I like this container or this brand because it tells you just about how much to use. It gives you a little scoop in there, and that's like for a bath. So since this is going to make 2 baths, I'm going to put 2 scoops in there. Now, if you don't like the size of these crystals, you can also just grind them down. Okay, and the Himalayan sea salt, we're going to put this in there. We're going to do a half a cup of that. And all these things are, if you look up their spiritual values, they are spot on for cleansing negative energy and for releasing blocks and all the things that we want. And I will put a little bit of Dead Sea salt in here. I'm just going to put about 1/4 a cup in here. We don't need a lot of this. Okay, let me just do that. Okay. And this one, we'll just give it a little stir. I kind of miss the aroma that I was getting from the one that we just made a little bit earlier with the Epsom salt and the spearmint, the ones for relaxation. But this one's slightly different purpose. Okay, so what I'm using for the herb here is sage. And everybody knows that sage is something that you use for smudging, for clearing, for purification. And this is perfect. So I'm just using my sage stick. Now, if you have sage that it's already ground already and that you get from the grocery store, you can use that as well, just a little bit of it, because it will leave a ring in your tub, so you don't want to use a lot of it. That's why I like using the ones that I ground, because I know it's not so much of a powdery as it is just kind of like the sage bud. So I just break it off. It's kind of flaky because when it's dry, it's easy to do. Okay, so we're going to pour this here, and we're going to grind it down a little bit. And I love doing this textile kind of thing. I like the grinding, and because I feel like I am putting my love and my signature and my energy into this whole project, just grinding it down. And then if you make this for someone else, you know that you are giving your highest and your best to them by doing it by hand instead of going and just buying it off the shelf, at some place that you don't know. If you're buying it from a practitioner, then you know that they have put a lot of thought into it, and it's coming from love and light. Okay, so we grind some more. And this is the sage, guys, and this is great. So now we know. So we just sprinkle that in. It's very fine. It's excellent. Perfect. Okay, so we stir. So it's like a smudging bath. I think I like that name. Maybe I'll package that and just call it my smudging bath. So if you wanted to add some essential oils to this, the oils that I would add to this would be like myrrh, and just like 2 drops of myrrh, or frankincense, or you can even get the essential oil sage. Now those guys, the aroma for those things are not like beautiful. They're kind of woodsy, so just keep that in mind. But the what you're going to get from those essential oils are the purification values from those. And I also have holy water here, and you can add a drop of that to your bath water to help with clearing. So just spoon this in. And so without the essential oils in here, this could last indefinitely, because there's nothing to make it muddy or sticky. It's just the powders in their natural form, right? So we just keep spooning this in here. On and on. So you guys can watch me do this, but I think you guys get the point that I think next time I'll bring a bigger spoon. Anyhow. So that is your 2 different salt baths. Okay, so here we have the one that's more relaxing, and this one is cleansing as well, because any kind of salt, you guys will know that will keep out the bad stuff, right? So whether it's physical or spiritual, any kind of salt is going to work to do that. You know that you can just salt your house, the thresholds of your windows and your doors to keep stuff at bay, the not so good stuff at bay, and keep the good stuff in and the bad stuff out, kind of like that. So this is just a way to purify both ends. This is a way to purify the mind, body, spirit, and you pick the one that works best for you. A more therapeutic one, or one that's more cleansing for your spiritual work. Now, so what I do want to talk about quickly is the Himalayan salt lamps. So when Kim called in, she was asking me about, did I carry the salt lamps? And if you've ever been to my studio, you'll know that this is the one that I keep in my studio right above the head of my treatment table. And so it's every time I'm there, it is on. And this is the one that I keep on my desk. So I'm always absorbing those trace minerals, all the things that are good for me, and it's absorbing all the things and taking things out of the air. And I really appreciate that, and I really love them. And what I have right next to them are some different essential oils that you can try to put in a therapeutic bath. So if you're interested in making something like this for yourself and you're not sure where to get the essential oils, I can mix one especially for you. Any type of, tell me what your intent is, and I will make the oils or make the mixture for you that you can use for your bath. And let's see. Also, these little packets, you can also store these. You don't have to have the glass jars to store these in. You can get these little packets, or like sandwich bags, to put your oils, your bath salts in. And this is a great way to give it. So if you make a big batch of these and you want to give some of it away, this is a good way to do it. So for the people that don't take baths, I do want to say that you can still have a salt bath. You can use this like a scrub. So you just use one of these gloves. These salts are very exfoliating. So you can actually, put a glove on, or a loofah, or
a brush, whatever you have for your shower. They don't work so much on those nylon scrunchy things. They just don't. But these gloves work well, maybe because they have these little hooks in them that kind of catches the stuff. So I'm going to use this one and kind of show you. So if you don't take baths, Curtis, you could still get the effects of this just by putting it on the glove like that and you rubbing them together. And then you just rub your skin with it. Just rubbing, wherever you want. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Okay. And just the same thing with all over your body, just rubbing. Just rubbing your body with it. So, and just with the intent of it, it's cleansing, clearing, soaking in. Just think of all the minerals that are soaking into your body and doing what they're supposed to do, replacing those trace minerals that you're deficient in, relaxing those sore muscles, removing that negative energy, relaxing you and taking you to a place where you can sleep at night. So you're going to use these along with the hematite crystals and the sodalite, and you are going to have the most peaceful sleep ever. So if you guys want to want some more information about how to make bath salts, or you'd like to come in and buy them, or order some for Mother's Day or any holiday or birthdays that are coming up, I can do that for you guys. And the number that you guys can call me on is 813-367-7385, or you can go to my website at oilsandstones.com, or just email me at DEE@oilsandstones.com, and I can answer any questions for you guys that you have. So Brandon, how we doing? Okay, so I'm going to go on to the other side of the studio right now. So we're going to take another short break and just go over to the other side while I play with this. Hey, and if you guys want, since I mixed these for you guys today, if you're interested in having something that I mix, and if you don't mind coming down to the studio to pick them up, I can have them here for you at the radio station or at the reception desk, or you can just pick them up for me. I'm lucky enough or blessed enough, and I'm so happy, filled with gratitude, that the studio is in the same building as Quintessence Aromatherapy and Crystal Healing. So how blessed am I? So anyway, if you were interested in having some of these for free, the things that I've mixed today, I would love to gift them to you. And you can do that by calling in and talking with me now, or just saying, hey, I want them. You can text me or send the information, put it on Facebook. And I'm on Facebook at Quintessence, QUINTESSENCE, AC like cat, HACH. And that's my same thing for Twitter as well. Okay, so I'm going to walk over to the other side of the station as Brandon puts on another commercial for us. See you guys in a minute.
Formed in 2008, Tampa Bay Birth Network was started by a small group of dedicated birth professionals. The Tampa Bay Birth Network's primary mission is to provide a community of professionals, families, and individuals who support, educate, and/or promote natural pregnancy, birth, and parenting. This year's Natural Birth and Baby Expo is sponsored by the Talk WOD Network in association with Mama Bear Shares Talk Radio Show, and will be broadcasted live from the Largo Cultural Center on April 6th. We'll be showcasing our local birth centers, midwives, childbirth educators, natural baby retailers, photographers, family health resources, and much, much more. You don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind event. If you're interested in becoming part of this year's Natural Birth and Baby Expo, please visit us at TampaBayBirthNetwork.org. That's TampaBayBirthNetwork.org.
The West Central coast of Florida has an amazing music scene. Festivals, clubs, special performances, and there's always a lot of live music. The problem has always been getting the word out about events. Then GoTonight.com emerged on the scene. The brainstorm creation of founder Don McKeon, a Sarasota entrepreneur. We caught up with Don and his inspirational friend, Frank Papa, at the Flying Dog Cafe.
This is Frank. I'm Don. Frank is the reason that there is a Go Tonight. He would call me repeatedly.
Where are we going? Where do you want to go? Where will we go tonight?
The website has been a boon to many small clubs. So next time you find yourself asking, where will we go tonight? You've got the answer.
Hello, and thank you. And thank you for tuning in to Spiritually Speaking. I hope you enjoyed the live demonstration today on the bath salts. And I just wanted to remind you about the workshops one more time that Kim and I are doing on Friday. And I'm just really talking about these because they're so important for people who cannot get away or who believe that they don't have enough time for themselves. Please know that you can tune in to these workshops at your convenience now, because Talkwad Radio has come out and televised or has recorded all of the shows. So they can be seen anytime you want, just coming back here at spirituallyspeakingtalkshow.com. And there's a banner right above, or will be a banner right above this screen that talks that you can click on and you can go in and look at the show. Or if the banner's not there, click on past shows and you should be able to pick the show that you missed. So creating your inner sacred space was the first week. Last week we talked about gratitude and the heart of attracting your own abundance. That's what we did just this past Friday. And week 3 will be chakra clearing, letting go of negative energy. That's what's coming up. So if you're not able to get out to brunchies on Friday from noon to 1:30, that's okay. You can still catch all the shows as they're recorded. You can watch them live, or you can watch them at your convenience by just going to the show. The shows are $15, the same price as it is if you would come. But this time you don't have to buy lunch. You can stay home and eat snacks if you like. So we appreciate you coming out. And I do want to give a shout out to the sponsors of this event. We have Emeritus at Carrollwood, Bent Tree Chiropractic Clinic with Dr. Damian Rogers, Arcadia Home Care Staffing, Manning and Nurse, Financial Advisors, and Judith A. Sharp Rose, Mental Health Counselor. And we also want to thank Brunchy's Restaurant for being a great host to us there. They provided us a wonderful room to teach in and to do our meditations in, and also to Talkwad Radio, to Nolan and the interns that have come out every week with us to bring our show to you live, and we really, really appreciate it. So I'm giving you guys a shout out for that. Let's see. And what's coming up for Quintessence? I think because I had such a busy February that March was kind of my break. And I don't really have any other classes planned until April. I think we have Reiki 3 or Reiki Master class coming up in April. You guys can check my website, the events page for that at oilsandstones.com. But every Thursday from 7 to 9, and this group is growing and changing. From 7 to 9 is actually from 7 to 10 because the group is growing and people are love to share experiences and what they're learning. And it's a very nurturing group of people that come in and share and learn. It's the meditation and intuitive development group. This group, I would just wanted to say I'm really proud of you guys this week for the work that you did with your pendulums for the people who are first time using them. You did a great job. And also for the people that are really growing in their own personal spiritual development, with trusting their intuition and not questioning things or information that they get. So just keep learning and keep growing out there, and appreciate you coming to the group and being supportive of Quintessence and me. And want to thank everybody that's really been supportive of Spiritually Speaking Talk Radio Show. And that's it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for calling in. Next, we have some interesting guests. We're trying to figure out the dates that they're coming. Lee Woolrich will be here to cook us something this time, one of these weeks this month. One of the Sundays this month, we're trying to figure out which week he's going to come in, and he's going to do a spiritual dish for us, that's something that's healthy, and we're going to do it right here in the studio. We also have a theta practitioner coming in this month, and there's 2 other guests that are still confirming right now. So just stay tuned for them. I'll have their information coming shortly. So I'll send something out to you guys, or it'll come back, and just keep coming back and check into at the radio show. Okay, so that's it for me today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here and tuning into Spiritually Speaking. I appreciate your support. Have a blessed and abundant week.
Want a joyous, fulfilling life? Do what the fulfilled do. Be grateful for the things you have. Give freely from your heart. Be of service to others. Leave ego behind and let Spirit fearlessly guide you to your highest and best self. And most of all, choose it for yourself and believe that you already have it. Thank you for tuning in to Spiritually Speaking. We'll see you next week. Namaste. To learn more about Dee Dee Lovejoy, tune into www.oilsandstones.com.
Thank you for tuning in to TalkWad.com, the world's fastest growing internet radio network. Please check out all the other great shows on www.talkwad.com.